Okay. Rhythm, just 30 seconds to go to start the Sergeant Arm script. So
He may join it later.
be ready.
I believe. So Ashish, I have shared PPT. Can you
Yes.
just please open it, please?
Okay. We are live on the YouTube. Rhythm, just sharp at 11:30, you could start.
Usha is not around.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. My name is Rhythm, and I will be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 490th meeting of Eloquent Toastmasters Club, Gurgaon. Toastmaster meeting has an MRP, mission, rules, and passion. Mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Rules. Please turn off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode. I'll give 30 seconds for this.
Hello. Hi. Somebody say.
Go ahead, listen.
Rule number 2, as Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics in a derogatory manner. Rule number 3, please do not crosstalk. For online audience, please put yourself on mute if you are not speaking. Turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. This would help to avoid distraction for our speakers. Passion. Eloquent is the 5th consecutive President Distinguished Club. Salute to the blood and sweat of members and EC who have worked tirelessly to make it happen. So with this, I want, with your huge round of applause, to hand over the stage to Presiding Officer Dikshita. Over to you, Toastmaster Dikshita.
Thank you, Rhythm, for setting the tone of the meeting. It's so wonderful to see all of you after such a long time. Thank you for joining us on a Saturday morning. So before we kick off the session, I would just like to congratulate everybody for winning the Full Cycle Award. So let me explain what is this Full Cycle Award. So can I have a big round of applause for our club, please? Basically, Full Cycle Award is basically this award recognizes the club, not only the existing members as well as the new members. So existing members have to renew the membership at least for a year, which is from October 2025 to September 2026. And the new members have to renew the membership again for 13 months, which is starting from September 2025 to September 2026. So basically, it's a testament to your commitment and enthusiasm for the Toastmaster journey. And to keep the momentum going, I encourage all the members to renew for the full year. And as a token of appreciation, you will receive a customized Toastmaster t-shirt. So let's continue building a strong and vibrant community together. And before we move on, I could see there's two guests that have joined us today. So can we hear from Kajal, please? Hi, Kajal. Can you introduce yourself to the club, please?
Hello, hi everyone. My name is Kajal Sharma. I am part of the American Express Toastmaster Club. This is the first time I have joined the meeting. Let me tell a bit of the background about myself. I have joined American Express 3 years ago as an assistant manager, and currently I am working as a band 35 manager in the lounge analytics team in USCS. I am born and brought up in Delhi, and I have done my master's in economics from Delhi School of Economics. And after that, I have done my first job as a analyst in Citibank Bangalore, and then I have moved back to Delhi, Gurgaon. So yes, I have joined this meeting first time. I'm so excited of all the learnings that I will have uh, in this session. Exciting to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Kajal, for the wonderful introduction. Can we hear from our second guest, Rahul? Can you just unmute yourself and introduce yourself, please? Rahul, are you there?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, one second. Yeah, I hope you can hear me, right? You all can hear me.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, hi. So thank you for giving me an opportunity here. So I'm also the part of the Toastmasters. So it's a good family part. And so myself is Rahul Verma, and I'm a software engineer with the Volkswagen. And I have around 4 years of experience in the IT sector. So just recently, I joined the Volkswagen as a full stack developer, right? And so regarding the Toastmaster, I got to know from my friend side who is in Bangalore. He informed me regarding to the Toastmasters. So that's why I did join. I wanted to enhance my communication skills, even enhance my vocabulary. So that's the introduction for me.
Thank you, Rahul, for the wonderful introduction. Can we hear from our next guest and guest Arjun? Toastmaster Arjun, can you hear from you? Good to see you after so long, Arjun.
Morning. Am I audible to all of you, online audience? Can I hear?
Yes.
Hello, good morning to all the good people here. And just thought of coming and more than attending the speeches today, I just wanted to feel what I used to feel when I was a member here. So just came to see all of you, and Ashish is also giving a speech. So I thought it'll be fun to listen to him, and I was given a surprise that I have to also evaluate him. So pleasure to be here and also evaluate him. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun, for visiting us. Can we hear from our guest Parv Arora?
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Parv Arora. I'm currently a student at Flame University, and I'm here just to improve on my communication skills along with my vocabulary.
Parv, can you just we can't see you actually. Can you just switch on the camera, Parv? If you're comfortable.
Just a minute.
Yeah. Hi, Parv. Yeah.
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 Can you
Thank
see me?
Yes, yes. Introduce yourself.
So, hi, I'm Parv. I'm a student at Flame University, and I'm here to improve on my communication skills. Yeah.
Thank you, Parv, for joining us today. Can we hear from another guest, Deepika?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Deepika. I'm currently working as Project Delivery and Excellence Lead at Hatch India. I'm already a part of Hatch India Toastmaster Club. Today, specifically, I'm here just to introduce my son, Parv Arora. I want to enroll him to the communication, and I think it is his first class. He's just understanding how it works, and hope he continues with this journey.
Thank you, Deepika, for joining us today on a Saturday morning. Can you hear from our guest, Bhavani?
Yeah. Hi, Arjun. You want to come there? Please, please, please.
So, hi Dikshita, very good morning. There are a few familiar faces I'm seeing again. So, this is going to be my second meeting I'm attending here physically. And if I talk about myself, so my name is Bhavani, and it's been 2 years since I have been living in Google. So, I work here as an sales development representative at one of the earliest startup in EMB. And the main motto is to join this community. Just I want to improve my overall personality in terms of communications, public speaking skills, and I also want to improve my grammatical things. So that's the main motto behind to join this community. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavani, for the lovely introduction. Let's move to our next guest, Mohammed Suhail. Hi, Mohammed. Can you just unmute yourself and introduce?
Hello,
Hi,
I'm audible.
Mohammed. Yes, you are.
Hi, team. I'm from Hatch Toastmaster Club, and I joined this club in June. I'm working with Hatch since 2022. Before that, I was working with Accenture, and it's really nice to join this club. And I'm getting so many. I'm getting experience and getting knowledge how to enhance your skills. I'm from Hapur, and it is a part of UP, Uttar Pradesh.
Thank you, Mohammed, for the lovely introduction. Can we hear from our next guest, Sudhir?
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Sudhir. It's my second time in a Toastmaster club, and basically I'm from Pune. I'm recently relocated to Gurgaon, and it's been a great journey to attending the Toastmaster club like virtually and physically. So I'm enjoying this club and learning the new things about improving my public speaking skills and the way you present yourself in front of the mass audience. So that's the very main thing I'm looking to improve in my personality, and that's the great platform. Thanks.
Thank you, guest Sudhir, for the lovely introduction. Let's move to our last guest. She's an offline guest. I don't know her name, but can you just introduce yourself? She has just joined us a couple of minutes back.
If you've been able to catch your breath.
I'm so sorry for that.
Good morning, everyone. This is Malika here, and I have come the last minute. So I have come here to share my public speaking nervousness. I have a lot of anxiety talking to a lot of people together. Otherwise, one-to-one, I'm absolutely fine. So and I've been contemplating to join this for very many years. Originally, how would I say where I belong to? Because I'm originally from Bihar, studied over there. But over the last 24 years, I have lived in Bangalore. And then for the last 5 years, I've been in Gurgaon. That is how it is. It's a long journey. So I cannot say where do I belong to now. So that is how it is. And it would be lovely to catch up with all of you and move forward and learn from each one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Malika, for the lovely introduction. And now let's start the meeting of the day, and let's welcome the captain of the ship, Toastmaster Anurag, who is a seasoned Toastmaster and is a champion of table topic speaker. Let's a big round of applause for Toastmaster Anurag. Huh?
You want to present the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Let's keep it handy and let's switch.
Okay, you present it when you wish. It's open. It's opening to open by the time. Wherever you have your phone. My company created the words of yeah. Okay. Shiva. Okay. Come on. And medium notebook. Then what we have later. Hi everyone, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Will tell me what was the theme for the day? The art of storytelling. The art of storytelling. Yes. The art of storytelling is a craft. It's not new. It's as ancient as the humankind itself. Did you know even before the words were written on the paper, stories were passed from one generation to another generation? That was still relevant at that time. Around fires, around cave wall drawings, you might have seen Ajanta and Ellora. And even in our, our holy scriptures as well. Let's take the example of Ramayana, Mahabharata. And even if I talk about in my religion, which we call it the Guru Granth Sahib, all the conversations, all the personal things are shared in terms of stories only. Do you know why? Inherently, all the human beings are built, we are more capable and more able to align ourselves when something is told in terms of stories rather than facts. Facts just do the role of informing, but stories sticks. So all the generations, all the cultures so far we have seen in the history, they have preserved their stories, not just for entertainment, to teach, to get the wisdom out of it, and to shape the humanity in the future course of actions. The stories are very much relevant. Anything, if stories comes into picture, we are more able to attain and relate with it. If I go by the scientific number, if something is told in terms of data, as a human being, we are able to only retain 5 to 10% of it. But if the same thing is, scores are revealed in terms of story, we are capable of holding it 60 to 70%. This is not just the theoretical. We all will do the practical today. All of us who will see it. Let's start from Toastmasters Rashmi. Today is 28th of September, right? 27. 27. So, Rashmi, can you tell me where were you in 2024, 27th of September? Can you recall? Seems difficult. But if I ask you, can you tell me when you graduated? In which year you have graduated?
2019.
2019. What was your first company which you joined?
Better Drones.
Better Drones. Now let's come to Ashish. Ashish, can you tell me when your first kid was born? First kid, 2003. Okay, can you recall what happened in September 11th of last year? Not last year, in the history, September 11th, in US something happened. 9/11, yeah. 9/11. Yeah. What happened in 2008? The biggest financial crisis. Why we all are able to relate it? Because there is some story, some event attached to it. This is not some random number. But if I'll ask you something randomly, it's very difficult to tell what happened at that. So all these factors tell us if something is told or revealed in terms of story, the chances and probability of retaining it, to internalize it are more rather than just merely presenting the facts. Now let me present my screen as well. Share the screen. Virtual audience, please confirm. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes.
The first point is why storytelling matters. We just discussed it a bit. So just to have the audience participation, I want to let you know, can you recall an incident in the past where you see when you reveal something or you discuss something in terms of storytelling, it has more impact on the audience side. rather than merely going with the facts or number. Any such incidents, maybe Ashish is here, Prince is there, you might have done in your corporate life when you have to convince the client with certain background of anything that comes up to mind and you can share with the audience.
I think there are endless examples. Like the fact which you're saying is absolutely right. Because what I also learned is that when we tell or listen to the stories, the emotions get attached to it, and therefore, the relatability to that message becomes better, and B, the retention becomes better. We are able to far better get influenced. Right? As late as yesterday, I was talking to one of the colleagues, and I wanted to influence a couple of my points. Instead of giving facts and figures, I supplemented it with a couple of stories of my life. And I was reflecting back that the person could understand the underlying message far better as compared to, let's say, I would have used any fact to try to influence and try to make my point. So I think in a way, when you share stories, the understanding of the fact becomes far better.
Yeah, that's correct. Anyone else want to share? Yeah.
So yesterday really, I went to this food festival. It's a world food fair, which was in Pragati Maidan in Delhi. So there are a lot of startups, lot of big, small brands. They came to share their food, whatever they are selling. So I was talking to a lot of people and tried a lot of different cuisines there. And one thing that intrigued me was there was this one girl from Indonesia who started her business back in Indonesia only, and now she's expanding it worldwide. So the way she shared how her journey has been so far, that was pretty intriguing. That I can relate to it. Like if she would have said, this is what we are selling, this is what we are doing, just try it. But when she incorporated how her journey has been, how she has thought about this product and the entire thing, that was pretty intriguing, and I thought that's why I related to it.
Yeah.
Because there's a story attached to it.
See, we all have examples. And I remember, you will keep remember this story 5 years down the line as well. Because
Right.
it was told in terms of story. Yes, it's yours.
So I will just, share my experience during my speech. In this club, I have shared my introduction many times, but nobody would have remembered about my son and my professional life. But my second speech was around my son. It was a story of my son, and my third speech was around my profession. So I'm damn sure about that. 60 to 70% of the people who were present there, they would have some idea like what do I do and where do I stand in terms of my personal life. So I think that is because of the storytelling. I was telling a story about my personal life in my second speech, and third speech I was telling a story about my professional life. So I think that's the magic of story.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a one point I would like to mention here. Whenever we do any of the storytelling, so there is a one fact which I like, which I know whenever we tell any of the story. So five senses usually work: feel, touch, see, read, and write. When we visualize each and everything, it becomes a story. When we visualize, it will remember for a long time, and it will remember forever. That's my observation. Whenever we observe anything, suppose I am going to Calcutta. I know there is a Victoria Temple. I personally I have visited there. I know whenever anybody comes to me, asks me what is Victoria Temple. So that image suddenly, all of a sudden, it comes in my mind. So that's observation.
Yes, something portrayed visually has more impact long last.
Exactly.
Yes, I think you
This is
also
what
share
I
something.
also wanted to say is that our mind is so creative that when we just talk about facts, it's just like mundane. But then when we are get into the storytelling method, you are telling a story, somebody is, but then our individual mind gets into that plot and starts visualizing what is happening. So not only are we are involved by audio ways, the person who's speaking, also the visual ways inside internally. That's why the internalizing happens far more than when the facts are told.
Yes, yeah. So basically, storytelling helps us to bring more clarity, context around it, So once we have the clarity, we have the context, definitely we will be convinced as well. So in the interest of time, now let me move and share with the audience, a lot of guests are also there, how this overall session will be arranged today. The meeting has been divided into three different parts. The first will be prepared speeches will be there, where the Toastmasters will come on the stage and will give a speech based on the project and their project and what are the streams they have chosen. The next step will be there, the impromptu or table topic sessions. That will basically any guest as well as the members can participate over there. We can call them on the stage and you have to speak on a topic which will be given abruptly and you have to speak on it for a minute or two. And the last but not the least, the evaluation phase, where each section of these meetings will be, evaluated. The good points will be celebrated, and we will see the opportunities where we, can further improvise. To help me in the evaluation phase, we have our own Toastmaster Rashmi. So I would like to request you to come on the stage and share the modules. So give him a big hand of stage leaders.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag.
The screen sharing. Yes, coming stop sharing. Yeah. Stop.
Yeah, it's done.
Just here it's still not done. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I am Rashmi, your general evaluator for today's meeting. And before I introduce my role, I would like to share a quick takeaway. So, a few months ago, I delivered a speech and I thought I did a pretty good job until my evaluator highlighted a very great suggestion. He said, Rashmi, you were so excited. I can understand your excitement, and you were delivering your speech with great enthusiasm. But you were so fast. You delivered everything in one go. You were imagining everything in head, but because of your overexcitement, you delivered everything a bit fast. And instead, if you have incorporated pauses at the right time, and if you have actually gave that space and time to the audience to think and imagine the situation, then it would have given more life to your speech. And that feedback actually stayed with me. I went back home, I saw the recording of my speech, and I realized that that one particular feedback has changed the way I speak now, and it is still with me. I still carry it, and I still try to incorporate those pauses when I'm speaking. So that's why evaluation matters a lot. The feedback matters a lot. And as a general evaluator for today's meeting, I'll be giving the overall broader level perspective of the entire meeting. What went well, what are the areas where we can improve, and that's the beauty of Toastmasters, where we embrace our strength and focus on the areas where we can improve. And to help me support in the entire evaluation thing, I'm not alone, I have my tag team, and I would like to invite the timer first. So, Toastmaster Kajal, could you please explain the role of the timer?
Hi everyone, I am the timer for this meeting. As a timer, my role is to get a track of the time that we all will take in our prepared speeches or table topics or evaluation. And by the end of the meeting, I'll let you know if we were within the time limit or we have exceeded it. So with this, you will get a track of how you have done with respect to how long like you would have to give your speeches.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Mr. Kajal. Basically, for prepared speeches, it's 5 to 7 minutes. For table topic, it's 1 to 2 minutes with 30-second grace period time. And for evaluation, it's 2 to 3 minutes. So next, can we have Toastmaster Prince as the grammarian and accountant? So I would like to invite Toastmaster Prince to the stage.
Morning, everyone. So I am playing the role of the median state. So my role is to basically pay close attention to the proper use of words and phrases during these speeches and presentations. So also I will introduce the word of the day and idiom of the day. So the word of the day, tenacious, means determined. So let me take an example here. So despite facing multiple setbacks, she continued her training and won the medal. So try to use this word during your conversations, speeches, and presentation. And idiom of the day is burning the midnight oil, which means working late night. So quoting an example here. So yesterday it was our on-site closure activity. Because of that, we were burning the midnight oil. So I'll put them on the board and try to use the word of the day and idiom of the day during your presentations.
Friends. So without further ado, I would hand back stage to the Toastmaster of the day, and I'll be delivering my report at the end of it. Thank you.
So,
We missed the outcome.
okay, it's okay. Okay. So Toastmaster Prince is also covering the role of accountant as well. So it's time to call on the stage the first speaker of the day. But before I invite him, I would like to request to his evaluator, who is guest Arjun, to share the speaker favorites.
Good morning again. Today, Ashish is attempting his first speech of level 3. He has taken the pathway engaging humor, and today he'll be engaging audience with storytelling. All the best, Ashish.
So speaker number 1 is a veteran speaker. Whenever he speaks, everyone listens because he always reveals the pearls of wisdom. So Toastmaster Ashish. So Toastmaster Ashish. Spot, stop, and swap. Stop, swap, and spot, stop, and swap. Toastmaster Ashish.
Thanks for taking that tongue twisters, Toastmaster of the day. Imagine that you are put onto an unexpected spotlight. You are at the center of the stage. All the eyes are glued onto you. From the outside, you are wearing a smile. The That's the mother of it. But from the inside, the butterflies fluttering in the stomach. You are feeling as if many scorpions are biting your necks. Imagine that feeling. It's exactly what I felt when one spotlight turned into a huge spot of moderation for me. I'm going to share with you the story, how it happened. But much before that, tell me who all are firstborns over here? The ones who are first children of their parents. Yeah. Audience, virtual audience? Yeah, I see quite a few hands. And I tell you, I sympathize with you all. I was not just the first child of my parents, I was the first child of my grandparents and the first child in the entire neighborhood. And that brought in one big advantage and one huge disadvantage. First, let's talk about the advantage. You know what? When I was born, I was enjoying the attention of all in the household and in the neighborhood. I was in a happy spotlight. See, into it, all my wishes were coming true, either by my parents, grandparents, or uncles and aunts. And once, and this is the story my parents have told me because I clearly do not remember that era. One of them were getting married. One of the youngsters in the neighborhood was getting married, and I was highly attached to her. And I insisted I want to go along with her to in that marriage. But thankfully, her husband did not allow. He didn't want a child coming in the dowry. And that story, that wish ended over there. I still think what would have happened had that wish fructified. But that advantage, that spotlight, I must tell you, the kind of love and care I received in that era was next to none. I still have fond memories of those. But then the time passed pretty quickly. One fateful night, I slept a little bit earlier than I used to. And without me doing anything, my inheritance that day shrunk into half. Any guesses what happened? You got a sibling? My brother was born. And the whole of the attention from me shifted on to him. And the gain of being the eldest one turned into a lot of pain and expectation. I still remember those days when I was asked to fake the sleep because my brother had to be put to sleep. Oh, terrible days and terrible nights. And growing older was no fun, I tell you. Elder children has to face all the experimentations in the family, and so was I. When it came to the choices of career, the hierarchy was very clear in the heads of my parents. And that was doctor, engineer, or failure. And it started with doctor. This guy will become a doctor. Dr. Ashish Agarwal. I used to play doctor with a lot of fondness. But as the career progressed, as the grades became higher, the dream of becoming a doctor started to evaporate because I was scoring a distinction only in one subject, and that was the art of wasting time. Neither maths nor science was going into my head. And by the time I turned into class 8, the inevitable happened. I flunked my maths exam. By that time, maths was the only little hope my parents carried. And when I came home with that report card, Mufasa of the house, my dad, was particularly unhappy. In that day, I realized that before dropping out of high school, maths was the only subject he did well. So his ego did not allow to accept that his son was flunking that for once. But that day passed. And a few years later, the D-Day arrived. My 10th result. And in your 10th result, it's touted to be the pinnacle of the life. That if you score well here, everything else is sorted. But by then, the expectation of my parents was already brought from here down here. They weren't expecting too much from me. But guess what happened? When the result was announced, what came out is that I have topped them, not from the bottom, but from the top. Not just the school, but the entire district. I first pinched myself to see I was not having a dream, but it was not. It was a reality. And everybody was asking me, Ashish, what you did, how this miracle happened. And I wasn't walking, I was flying. I thought, my goodness, I know how to make it happen. This talent was hidden, which perhaps is coming up now. But that glory did not last too much. About a week later, a letter arrived in my house. And that was not just a letter, it was a letter bomb. That letter read, Dear Ashish Agarwal, there was a printing error in your result. Your marks, instead of being 545, are 445. It's my plight. From the 7th of the moon, I was down in the dumps. And I thought that the success could happen without burning the midnight oil. But alas, it did not. I was shattered. One good thing happened that somehow my parents never asked me a difficult question after that. Perhaps they were also embarrassed that how they believed that he's brought in such a high score. But that 1 week of fake success did something totally unexpected to my life. That 1 week of belief in myself did something magical. And today, I am doing nothing but living my dream. I could not have thought at that time that I would end up doing what I ended up doing actually 20, 30 years later. Just that one fix. Actually, this realization came together when recently I was reading a book called Think Like a Monk, written by Jay Shetty. In the book, Jay Shetty is given a very nice story, and the story goes as follows. Two monks are washing their hands in the river, and one of them sees a scorpion drowning. He bends forward, picks up the scorpion, and saves it. But the scorpion stings his hand. Just a minute later, the scorpion falls again, and again it's drowning. The same monk puts his hand back in the water again, saves the scorpion, and the scorpion bites it again. The other monk asks him, Brother, why did you save that scorpion when we know its nature is to bite? And the first one replied that because my nature is to save. A lot of time, when those scorpions bite us, we forget our nature. Our nature, each one of us, is born to enjoy the spotlight, to cherish the moments when the spotlight is on us, and to be happy. But the fear of the sting of scorpion end up holding us back. And today, my message to each one of you is that whenever you spot that fear, stop it. Don't allow it to ride your mind. And swap it with a smile. And if you do that throughout your life, you will enjoy the spotlight. And to read, remember the three words: spot, stop, and smoke. Everything.
So 1 minute of silence to pass on the feedback to our speaker number one. So those who are Chinese guests, you can also pass on the feedback. Your name will be in the guest first. Yes.
Malika?
Your name will be there, including the guest list.
Is it? No. Okay. So whoever is added to the guest room, basically we provide feedback to the speaker.
Speaker. Can provide them some slip. They can just write it down and pass on to Ashish, if possible. Let's start with from today's set. Ashish proposed it, I think, someone last time. So just pass on this sheet whosoever is not in the guest group. And timer, just let me know once 1 minute is over so that we can start again.
We can start.
Okay, thank you. So we were discussing last time in the last session why storytelling matters. And the first point that came out of it, because facts just inform us while story sticks with us for a long time. The second most important thing is in today's world, which is, industry is brimming with a lot of data, and we are talking about, artificial intelligence, agentic AI, a lot of things are there. The ultimate objective of all these things is to bring insights out of it. But trust me, all these are useless if they fail to spark the action out of it. And action won't happen in any better way if you cannot, relate the stories with it. Because stories are the better way to convince. And third, and the most important things, there's another school of thought, which basically talks about we are telling this story because we want to, hide the data. Put the data in a second part over there, but that's not true. Just like what we intake, strong metabolism ensures that it is properly churned out and it gives the required benefits. Same is the way. If you have to communicate your thoughts, your ideas, or anything, if it is embedded within, storytelling means of it, so it will provide the better metabolism to all your audience with better clarity and better context. And it will eventually help in convincing to the audience as well. Now I want each one of you to just focus on the screen over here. So this is the scientific facts that are here. Anything presented in terms of bullet points over there, the retention just remains 5 to 10%. The moment you switch to some other, transition to some other thoughts process, it moves away. But at the same time, if something communicated in terms of storytelling, the retention moves up to 65 to 70%. Just like I can still recall the Indonesian girl story that Toastmaster Rashmi has told us, because it was conveyed in terms of stories. That's why we are able to relate it. Now I want each one of you, there are two comments that are written. One is with respect to data centric and another is with respect to story centric. Can you read it out, everyone? This was an experiment basically which was done at the WHO. It is a real story, just to emphasize the impact of storytelling. Let me put them on the broader screen. Yes. The first is data centric. In 2025, government committed over $1.5 billion to global health initiative expanding access to 42 essential medicines across 62 countries. Second, the same context in terms of storytelling. In a rural clinic in Tanzania, A mother walked 10 miles carrying her feverish son, hoping someone had medicines. Thanks to the program launched last year, the child received treatment for $1. She survived, he survived. That's when we say health equity is not goal, it's responsibility. Do you see the difference between them? Which story more resonates with you and why? Both are basically talking about, the health initiatives that WHO has taken. But which story resonates with theirs?
The Australian story definitely resonates, but then the data is missing out of it also.
Yeah, numbers maybe on the next screens will be there. Yeah.
Definitely resonates.
Yes. So even if you move out of this room or walks in outside, the second story will still remain with you. The first numbers they will just wash away, maybe after a while. Yeah.
Because it put us into that situation. That's it. That's why we will remember this story, second story.
Yes. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this? Anyone?
Second half, it has related in that situation and putting all together in a story where it can attract audience.
The better way of communicating to the audience.
Yeah.
There is also one famous thought where it is said storytelling is not an oxymoron but superpower. Oxymoron basically means, I have just put it over here, the two things which cannot coexist. Either you can go with the data or either you can go with the storytelling. But both the things cannot coexist. But this is a wrong assumption. You can go, we can go, we can tell, we can inform, and we can inform them in terms of storytelling as well. So this is a beautiful move. Basically, those who are in the boardrooms, when we are putting up the facts and numbers, we have to talk in those terms. But then telling those numbers in terms of storytelling makes it from the transactional shift to the transformational over there. So this is an art of articulation that comes with time, with practice, and when you are that in zone again and again. Right? Agree, anyone? Agree, Toastmaster friends, because you might be, seeing these situations in day out, and your role in one, and Toastmaster is definitely. And next, guys, next screen is most important for all of us. The reason being, everyone tells us storytelling is very important. Try to communicate in this way, but no one tells us what's the framework, how we can say all the things that are happening around us in our daily conversations, day in and day out, our corporate life, our personal life, how we can invite stories, so that we can convince the audience. First and most important thing is discover the genuine moments in your life. All of us being human might have seen successes, we have tasted failures as well, and there might be surprises as well. I'm sure in our life, different phases of our life, we might have seen those things. You just need to uncover those things in your life. When you were success, what were the efforts you put? Who all contributed in your success? And how you felt when you really tasted that success? When was surprise very positive or negative? What was the impact? What are the lessons you learned out of it? And how that shaped up your future destiny? That things can be incorporated. And third is there may be setbacks. Sometimes we are putting our honest efforts. We are giving 100%, but still we are not achieving it. There can be setbacks in our life. So those genuine moments we have to discover. And then you can give it a proper shape of storytelling. You might have seen that this Toastmaster, the one who wins the international speeches, all their stories looks very genuine and maybe some aspect of it linked to their real life. Only then if it is coming from you, directly from your own life, you would be able to play that role and you would be able to justify it. This is one of the way to discover the better stories in your life. Second is remember, even though you know stories, a lot of events happen in your life, but you should also have the judgment how to relate it with the stakeholders, how to judge your audience. You cannot tell everything to everyone. that relevance understanding you should have. Okay? Different audience may be fit into different stories of your life, and that judgment you have to take a call. And third is the most important. No matter how much you structure it, there are a lot of structural mechanisms are in place in the market over here. But the human touch always beats the polish. If we make it too much artistic, too much dramatic, that will lose its relevance over there. So it should have the content of precision, because it is said precision always beats over polishing. So that elements needs to be taken care. And fourth one is refresh. If some things which have lose relevance with time, try to flesh out and bring the new one. That again will depend upon your judgmental point of view. So these four elements, first you need to discover the genuine elements in life, how to remember it, relevance, stakeholders, how you are going to share it. It should not be over polished. It should, because precision always beats it, and refresh it. If it is not working over here, just move to the next step. Because you might be dealing with the different stakeholders in your life, in your professional, personal thing. All things may not, set with all the audience. You have to take that call. If it is not working, take them out, go with the next one. With this, now let's move to the second speaker of the day, who is Toastmaster Nardusha. But before calling him on the stage, let me call his evaluator. So who's evaluating her? Dikshita. Okay, so I would like to call on stage Toastmaster Dikshita to reveal the speech evaluations for Toastmaster Nardusha.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you, Anurag. And today my target speaker is Toastmaster Nidosha. She is a creative head of Eloquent Toastmasters Club. Currently, she's a student at BHU and Banaras Hindu University. She loves to read poetry and loves to write poetry. Public speaking is her passion, and she loves to be in Toastmaster Club, and that's her stress buster. So let's big round of applause for Toastmaster Nidosha.
Toastmaster Nirdusha, 3Fs, Toastmaster Nirdusha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anurag and Toastmaster Dikshita. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are
Okay.
audible.
Ladies and gentlemen, I may ask one question. How many letters are there in alphabet? It's a simple question. I'm going to ask a very simple question, that how many letters are in alphabet? Anyone?
26.
26.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Dikshita. Yes, thank you. I hope everybody remember the number of alphabets. Okay, 26. In 26 alphabet letters, which one is the trending letter in our modern society? Any guesses? You always listen to that word, that letter. Which letter? Any guesses?
I.
Yeah, Toastmaster.
I believe it's Z.
Sorry?
I believe it's Z.
Okay.
S.
Yes.
Is it I?
Why?
Okay. Okay. There are many options. But let me clear that confusion, sir. In my point of view, the letter F has the most significance in the alphabet. You may agree. The letter F has become the most trending letter, which is familiar to an old to a kid, For example, here I am to give an example. If you watch a funny movie, you may say like, what a funny statement. If you see a beautiful woman, you will share to another person that, wow, what a fabulous woman. Now you know the importance of the letter F. Sometimes I think that what is the relationship between the letter F and the beauty? Yeah, it may confuse me. I still remember when my sister taught me that F for fun, F for food, and I will eat like, wow, yummy, my tummy. Beautiful days though. But words matter. Every single word in this society has changed the meaning, which is not prescribed in any dictionary. So today I would like to give you some different aspects of letter F from my point of view. There are three essential factors that starts with the letter F. Let me tell you what are those. First one, F for freedom. Freedom. What is mean by freedom? We are humans. We always believe that we are free to do anything. The choices that we make, the dreams that we think, the chances that we create. Those are the freedom. But ultimately, we will come to a conclusion that money gives us freedom. But is it so? The materialistic freedom is not the human freedom. In my point of view, freedom means free of mind, where we almost forgot. There are no days without overthinking. We always think a lot, think about our society, think about the other people. We forgot to keep our mind free. Isn't it, my dear Toastmasters? We should liberate our souls to express our emotions and feelings and feel positive. That is what the freedom means. And we should liberate our souls to express our emotions and feelings. Here you are. The second factor, the essential factor of our life is feeling. F for feelings. Human drive is distinguished with different feelings. It is an inconsistent phenomenon to make something phenomenal. I can give you a clear-cut example that there are two types of people. One person is introvert, another person is extrovert, when based on feelings. Introverts, they don't express themselves, and extrovert, they extraordinarily express themselves. But according to the modern theory, that bottling up our feelings become a modern theory. People don't express their feelings. We find it difficult to find genuine feelings. People almost forgot that what is the right way to express our feeling. To express our feeling, we need faith in our heart. Here you are, the third essential factor of our life. F for faith. Faith is the most powerful factor of our life that is goes beyond to our reason and logic, and it gives us the strength, hope, and the direction to our path. We have faith. We have faith on people, on God, on objects, that whatever which help us to direct ourselves. For example, why we are in Toastmasters Club? In faith of improving our public speaking skill. Isn't it, my dear Toastmasters? We have faith on ourselves as well as on other people, where we are doing prepared speeches and we We have trust and faith on our evaluators that they will direct us. Without faith, this world won't run as we think. Find meaning in challenges and moving forward is the real meaning behind faith. Ultimately, faith is not only spiritual anchor but also source of resilience. How beautiful these words. But unfortunately, we are misusing every word that we have to feel, we have to encourage. Today, I hope I introduce the most three essential factors of our life. I think that we almost forgot the magic behind every word that prescribed in our daily life. It may be a serious speech, but if you think it will give you a funny situation of your life too. How many times we misuse our words and letters that we hear? We may think it is funny, but ultimately it will hurt or it will cut deeper than we think. So, my dear Toastmasters, here we are as the speakers, as we are the converters of feelings to speeches. So, choose the words that impact on others, which will give you the positive impact on others. So don't forget the magical words behind the letter F. Over to you, Toastmaster.
We have 1 minute of silence to pass on to the feedback to speaker number 2, Toastmaster Nidusha. Can you please let me know what's the time was? I hope its seconds are over, so we can now transition to the next phase of today's meeting, which is the most exciting and intriguing one, the table topics, where everyone can participate, guests as well as the members as well. So without undue delay, I would like to call on stage our TTM of the day, Toastmaster Shiv. It's gone out.
Maybe when you give the audience.
Okay. Let me share one more small story about it. The story about the art of storytelling and the effect of visualization. It is set in 16th century. Once a king was sitting full of all the audiences over here, there. Suddenly some earthquake happened. It was so devastating in nature that all the people on spot died. Just one person survived. He was also severely, and the bodies were beyond recognition. Who's the king, the rest of the persons in his cabinet. It was very difficult. Then that one person who was injured, his power of visualization was so high, he just sit silent, closed his eyes, and he reimagined the creation on what position the person was sitting over there. So based on that, the bodies were identified and eventually they were created. See, in the power of imagination, someone was talking about visualization there as well. In the power of storytelling, these are all relevant, and these are not relevant suddenly. These were relevant from the past, from the history. So our TTM is back. So we'll continue this story, but right now I would like to hand over to a stage our TTM of the day, Toastmaster Shiva. Over to you.
Very warm good afternoon, dear friends. Now the fun begins. So before we start with this session, allow me to tell you a little bit about how a typical table topic session goes and what value it adds. So normally in a daily routine, we come across situations where we have to gather our thoughts so as to answer to our manager, a teacher, our colleagues, or friends. Here, the table topic session comes as a helping hand, giving you the opportunity to take the stage, gather your thoughts around the topic, and present them to the audience. Today's session is going to be a little bit different. Today's topic are gonna take you back in the past, relive your past memory where you tried something new for the first time. I'll be taking the very first topic so as to help our guests understand how this goes. So, starting with me, the very first topic, my first meeting in the Toastmasters. The topic for me, my first meeting in the Toastmasters. It was the month of June 2022. I was in my second year. And I was a little bit confused because at that time, all my colleagues were either in the sports club or in the technical club, exploring on to what's going on in the tech world. I wanted to join a club, but I wanted to join a club different than technical aspect. I was not good in sports at that time, so I just ignored the sports club. Then my then teacher and my current mentor, Dr. Divya Pataria, she came to me and suggested me, Shivam, I believe you want to you want to join a club where you will be practicing stuff which is out of the technical aspects. So she suggested me to join the Prayagraj Toastmasters Club. And luckily for me, the club was in its naive state at that time. So I just enrolled myself to the club or prepared for my first meeting. And I even put my name for the name of the counter. But unfortunately, during that week, I got tons of assignments. So I need to back off at that time. I was not very happy. But the very next week, I wanted to create some impact. So I just approached the president, the then president of the Prayagraj Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Shobit, and I told him, I want to take the counter, and this time I'm definitely gonna come. Luckily, I was able to make it, and this is what my very first meeting of the Toastmaster. Back to the table topics master. So this is how we will be moving forward with the session. So let's hope you guys enjoy that. So who is going to be my first, technically second, but first speaker? Sorry, I'm going to be Toastmaster Revanshu. The topic for you is your first day away from home. Toastmaster Revanshu, your first day away from home. Okay. It was 2018. So I started living in Agra. I was working there a job. I was looking for a job, and one of my friends told me that he could find a job in the city. So in my nearby place, if I see the big city, so Agra was the famous city. So I thought that I would be getting job, and I moved into Agra. And first day I faced so many challenges because that time I was like, I like my mom's food, and I just shifted into a new city. And in new city, the biggest problem happened that the food crisis, because I don't like to eat from outside. And even today, I even like if I cook or like I order somewhere, but I don't go to market to buy something because I don't like. I just try to be. I'm conscious about my food, so initially, first challenges I faced like with my food, and beside that, also I was missing my mom and also my other siblings, because we daily used to have time and we used to talk a lot about our life and about whatever we are doing. Like we used to share and was really a nice time with them. But when I shifted in the new city, it was like something has kept away from me, and those feelings were pretty hurting me because I came into the new city, and now I'm thinking that I have made the mistake. And I called my mom and I said that it looks like that I have to come back. She said no. She said no, you cannot come back, because if you've decided something, you should keep on doing it. And forget about what we are doing. Just focus on yourself. And from that day, I started focusing on myself. And yeah, that's all.
Timer cards, we need to find a way to handle this. I also end the blind. I don't know. I spoke for 12 minutes or 14 minutes. I have to know. That's Stop watch. I was thinking green card.
I believe your story was so good. The time got like.
I don't even know how much time I took.
And I believe the topics are I've like structured them in such a manner, it's going to be a time issue. So very well said, Toastmaster Vivanshu. You're very lucky you've got a mother that pushes you, because in my case, if I said the same thing, she would have booked a ticket back to the. So moving further, so he's gonna take the stage next. Please.
Let's give all the guests. Because
Yeah.
today we have a lot of guests. All the guests. Sure. Yeah. Okay. You going first?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you can. We got these.
So the Toastmaster Sudhir, the topic for you is first day of the year 2025. Toastmaster Sudhir, your first day of the year 2025. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. Basically, the 2025, the day of New Year's. So everyone was like pretty happy to start a new journey, set a goals, do a certain thing for the next coming year. And in my case, the things also same because belongs from the technical background. I was doing some technical stuff on the development side. So I tend to learn something new in the leveraging my skill set in and upskilling myself. So I thought I was learn about like DevOps stuff as well. So in 2025, I decided to learn DevOps, but like the things was not easy because the when you are doing this development part and you used to it and the moving to another stuff that is very critical, so it will it will take lots of time to learn new things. So I decided, but I tenacious about that thing to do a DevOps. But so for that I spend burning midnight oil for learning multiple aspects apart from doing 9 to 5 and and that time, so when I back to home in late night, I used to go through all the new stuffs going into the market. So basically in midnight hours, I study in lots of aspects. But the thing is that but like I'm not. Like, the thing is that thank you.
Yeah, good. Awesome.
No, it will might take you more than one time to take the stage, but slowly and steadily you will get used to this environment. Very well said. So who's gonna take the stage?
We can reiterate the timing again. I think the minimum we have to speak for 1 minute and maximum it can go for 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Sure.
Shiva?
So Toastmaster Bhavani, the topic for you is your first solo trip. Toastmaster Bhavani, your first solo trip. Over to you.
Okay, sure. So to be frankly, like I tell you, I have never done any of the solo trip. But somehow it became. How? I tell you. Back then in 2016, like I was a part of a community where they shared a very good story. And that story is interconnected to a solo trip. Not a solo trip, it was a group trip. So I was very excited. As an introverted person, just came out. I was a graduate. I was pursuing my graduation at that time. So I was not much extroverted. So somehow I had a feeling I should try something new. And that thing should be that thing I wanted to do it in a group. Okay. So I joined that community and I decided myself I should move out from my hostel life and I want to explore something new. So there was a person in the group who informed me that Bhavani, we are planning to go Shirdi. Sure. As a devotee, and that was my first experience. I had never been visited any kind of temple, so I was very excited. And the city was in Maharashtra. So all of a sudden, what happened that we were only two people. Unfortunately, I don't know why. When the discussion was going on, there were so many people who were heading their hands. But at the final of time, I got to the oh my god, what happened? Maybe we were only two. What we are going to do there actually? How we are going to take hotels and how we will roaming around the city? Let's know. So somehow then I decided, and that boy, he was not my friend. Just we met and we came across in a group community, and that guy was very talkative. Talkative in terms of not he's talkative with everyone because he was talkative with his girlfriend. Internally, he was on the call and he was talking entire night with her girlfriend. I suddenly felt alone. Oh my god, what I can do? So somehow I had to find out something different. So I was very tenacious. So that's why I found out the situation. I enjoyed my trip solely and I had become so many friends. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. To be Toastmaster Bhavani, it really made me revisit the plan I made with my friends. Started with 4 people, ended up me going alone.
That happens. That happens so many times.
So, is there anybody? Okay. Okay. So, Mohammed Sohail wants to come up next. Okay. So, let me decide the topic for you. So, to be Toastmaster Mohammed Sohail, the topic for you is your first day at the college. To be Toastmaster Sohail, the topic for you, your first day at the college.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I am Suhail and I'm just recalling how was my day at college. I remember first day I went to college and it was something I had excitement to join college that time. When I entered my class, I got to know there were no students. After that, I went to the dean office. I got to know only 10 students took admission in my course. That the course I took admission in was bachelor's in journalism mass communication, and that really hurted me that time. After that, I came back to my home. I informed my father. My father said, I'll go to college. I'll talk to your principal. My principal said, you will be getting a lot of opportunity there, but it didn't happen what they said. After that, I left that college and I joined different course. I took admission in BCom. This is how that was my first day in college. The college where I took admission in BCom, when I went to that college, I got to know they have uh, no good infrastructure there. There was no teachers. That was a government college. Again, I have to face the same situation. I have to face that I had the same feeling. So that was my first day. Now I am happy. I don't regret that. I don't have any bad feeling now. Is my who's timing calculating time? Is it?
Yeah, on time.
Yes.
So thank you, Toastmasters. To be Toastmasters Sohail, you really made me think what things I did on the first day of the college and what things I'm not very happy to share here. So moving forward with the next speaker, who wants to come?
Rahul Verma.
Rahul.
He's clapping, I believe.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
But he wants to
Arjun.
I believe Arjun wants to come.
come.
Sorry.
Toastmaster Arjun, the topic for you is your first day in the roots of Gurugram. Toastmaster Arjun, your first day in the roots of Gurugram. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you for the topic. It's a topic which is difficult to imagine. The first day on the roads of Gurugram. But whether it's your day on the road or it's your day in the Toastmaster or anywhere else, the first day is always special. Because first day leaves you with some memories, right? Just like who's the second person who landed on moon? Anyone? Nobody knows, right? Nobody knows. People remember the first person who landed there. We remember our first days. So my first day in Gurugram was way back. It was in the year of 2000 when I reached Gurugram. I reached the railway station and I was looking for any taxi or auto to reach to my temple. I looked for people. I had no idea because unfortunately I did not have address with me. I tried calling one of my friends to get the address and my phone was switched off, so I could not contact him. So imagine you are in a new city and you want to reach to a destination and you do not even have address. So what would you do? But then there's something called serendipity. I happened to meet somebody and we just made friends with each other and we started talking to each other. And he happened to be going to the same temple. He was a visitor, he was going to the same temples. So I spoke to him and thankfully we traveled together. And we hitchhiked, we took a taxi and finally we reached to the temple. So this is what happened with me my first very day where I did not even have address, but I ended up reaching my destination. So it reminds me of sometimes things happen in this world where we are not prepared, we do not have resources, but things are arranged in such a way as if some invisible force is acting on you, pushing you from backward, pushing you forward. And this is what happened with me. So when you talk to me about my first day, this is what I remember. I ended up reaching to my temple, to the address, despite losing the address, despite my phone was switched off. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arjun. You have really made us understand the fact that if you are tenacious, you can reach your destination no matter what. So moving forward, who is gonna take the stage next?
The guest online had raised his hand.
Someone? Is there any?
You can ask Deepika.
You just ask the online audience.
Is anyone from the online audience wants to come?
Guest for Rahul. Deepika, would you like to attempt?
Deepika, would you like to take the stage?
Would you like
Yeah,
to?
I will try that.
So to be Toastmaster, Deepika, the topic for you is your first journey in a train. Your first journey in a train. Over to you.
Thank you. I actually don't recall I ever traveled via train, but yes, during our childhood we had train from our hometown to my nanny's place, and that time it was overcrowded always, and we used to struggle a lot to get the seats there. And most of the time we have traveled, just in front of the doors and adjusting the seats in between. But as soon as our destination was about to come, it was always the excitement of going to Nani's place. So it is more than the excitement we have to our Nani's place than all the hurdles we had during the train. It went pretty good, but now our kids, they are not used to travel via train. I try my best to take my kids, if it is possible, not via normal train, at least through the metros, so that they also experience our journey, how it works. It is not always a luxury we have all the time traveling via two-wheelers, our own vehicles. It is always, a good challenge and journey using the public transport, understanding how it works, understanding and creating the connectivity during our public transport also. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you to be Toastmaster, Deepika. You really made us think that the public transport is not only a medium to connect cities, but to connect people. So with that being said, as we come to the end of this session, I want to say this one thing that you must have listened to the stories, and I believe a lot of them could be able to relate to you. And that's what the message I believe Toastmaster Anurag wants to convey. So we move forward to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day, over to you.
Thank you so much. Game of the day. So guys, if we really have to upscale our game to be a better So I was telling, if we all want to upscale our game to be a better speaker, we all have to learn the art of storytelling. This is the first gateway into it. Think about any great orator in the history, maybe Atal Bihari Vajpayee, King Martin Luther King, or Obama. They all are great storytellers. Whatever they tell in terms of story. The slogans of "I have a dream for you," King Martin Luther King, are still relevant and still resonates in the minds and thoughts of people. So without undue delay, now it's time to evaluate each and every section of this meeting. So I would like to call on stage our lead of the day, Toastmaster Russian.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag. So let's start with the evaluation of the speakers. So I would like to call the evaluator number 1, Toastmaster Arjun, to evaluate Ashish's speech.
Good afternoon again. So it is an honor to evaluate a speaker like Ashish. When Rashmi told me that I have to evaluate his speech, I was little unconscious for a while. It took me some time to gain confidence and consciousness. So when we are sitting there as an audience, we have some expectations. And we want to be completely entertained when we are watching the speaker speaking. First thing which actually made me interested in the speech is a title: Stop, Spot, and Swap. So I got a little curious of what he's going to speak. And my curiosity level increased as he came on the stage, and he told us to imagine a scenario when we are on stage and we have some goosebumps and things are going. So this is a quality of a speaker when he's talking, and he makes the audience to imagine. His speech was not a narration of events. It was a depiction. He was actually enacting on the stage, depicting everything he was speaking. And if I move forward, one more quality of a great speaker, especially a good storyteller, he comes up with a question. It's important to engage audience. And actually his pathway is engaging humor, and title is Engaging Audience with Storytelling. And most important part is to ask a question. And he asked a question that, are you a firstborn in your family? So that made you thinking. You enjoy a speaker, otherwise you might just put off when the speaker is starting his speech. But here he's engaging, he's telling them to think of a question, and that kept me going into the speech. Furthermore, what we want in a good story, in a good movie, in a drama, is a suspense. So he brought suspense in his story when he talked about that there's one advantage and there's one disadvantage of being a single child. So it made me curious, what is that advantage and what is that disadvantage? So I wanted to hear him more. So that kept me going. That did not put me off. I wanted to hear him complete his story. Moreover, while he was enacting, he came up with a couple of things. Like when he said that it dropped from here to there. He didn't just narrate it. He enacted it from here to there. My dreams evaporated. And also when he told, and I pinched myself, he actually pinched. So that kept you alive in the story. You are not just sitting like a silent audience and hearing somebody. You feel yourself part of the movie, part of the drama. That's what exactly happened with me. And the most important thing is a message. If a story does not have a message, there's no point narrating it because it is just pure entertainment. But there was a message that you need to face your fears. And then how beautifully he brought it back with the title. You have to stop it, you have to spot it, and then you have to swap it with something else. I do not have any recommendation for him because his speech was flawless. But still, if he urges me to speak a little things, one thing I would say that he could improve a little bit on his stage movement. Like I'm also not moving too much on stage, but it's good to be moving. Just like telling one instance, he can move to the left of the stage, speak to the audience, and when he goes to the next theme, he can go a little right and start speaking. A second recommendation would be the message, according to me, I may be wrong, please correct me. According to me, the message was only based on the last story of Scorpion. So it was not a message from the entire speech. The message was just taken from the last part of the story mostly. So he can just work on these things. Otherwise, a flawless speech, very confident. He was creating humor. And for a speaker to create humor, he has to be humorous. He has to be smiling throughout. And that's what he was exactly doing. He's smiling throughout his speech. Just a little bit of these recommendations can be adopted in the speech, that will be like icing on the cake. So looking forward to come to
Thank you, Toastmaster Arjun. So next, let's invite Toastmaster Dikshita to evaluate Toastmaster Nirdusha's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Dikshita.
Thank you, Rashmi. Toastmaster Nirdusha, when I heard your speech, to be honest, I totally forgot that I have to evaluate your speech. I was totally mesmerized, and I think, after a couple of minutes, I realized that, oh, I'm the evaluator and I need to evaluate her speech actually. The first thing I really liked about your speech that you captured the audience attention with a very basic question. So when you ask the question like how many alphabets there, I was wondering why you're asking such a basic question. But honestly, your message flowed beautifully from there. I love the way you emphasize the significance of the letter F, freedom, feeling, and faith, and how thoughtfully you connected it with your everyday lives. Your message about the power of words and their impact in any form of communication was meaningful and thought provoking. Your expressions, hand gestures, voice clarity were excellent, and the use of humor was spot on. I particularly enjoyed how you narrated the evolution of the F word from childhood to adulthood, both creatively and tastefully. If I have to give one recommendation, that would be basically your occasional pauses or moments where you tend to forget a line, or you're basically searching for a next sentence, or maybe you're looking for an appropriate word for a particular sentence. It was quite noticeable. Since you're a very good speaker, I would suggest that you practice a little bit, because even you tend to forget a sentence, or you're looking for a perfect word on the spot. It's not required at times to show that you have forgot something. Just practice a little in front of mirror or anything that makes works. But definitely a little more of practice will definitely help you to deliver the speech in a very smooth way. That's all from my side. Overall, your speech was captivating and you truly left an impact on the audience. Best wishes for your future speeches. Thank you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Dikshita. Now, the next part of the evaluation is from the Ox role pairs. So, I would like to invite Toastmaster Prince for the evaluation of grammarian and our counter role if you got a chance to note that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashmi. So, hello. Hello again. So, as per my understanding, grammar is the tool of a speaker, but today speak like they were pretty sharpened. But there are a couple of observations that I like to present. So, some speakers used him instead of her when addressing a female, and there were some repetitions of words like and. And there was one sentence, moved into Agra. A speaker used moved into Agra. It can be used as moved to Agra. Then eat from outside. So I think better uses of this sentence is eat outside. Belong from can be used as belong to. So this is the correct usage of this word. So yeah, this is on the Gramenian side. So I would like to also highlight that who used the word of the day. Ashish used it twice. Then I don't remember.
Toastmaster Sudhir, guest Sudhir.
Guest Sudhir. Sudhir used it, and I think Bhavani used it once. So yeah, that is all about my report on the Gramenians.
Okay. Now it's time for the overall evaluation. So I would like to start with the timing. The meeting started on time, although throughout the meeting we struggled with the timer rule. So that could be improved. But the meeting overall started exactly on time. Thanks to Toastmaster Ashish for showing up and setting up the entire setup. I know it's a bit difficult to manage hybrid and the online audience, but you did a great job. And I appreciate the overall structure. The agenda flowed smoothly. Toastmaster of the day made sure that the entire structure should be followed as it is, as how we follow in Toastmasters, which is then DTM and the evaluation. Sergeant at Arms Rhythm, you started the meeting with great confidence, highlighted the agenda, and then you passed on the stage to Toastmaster Dikshita, presiding officer. You welcomed everyone. You made sure the guests feel welcomed, and you encouraged everyone to introduce themselves to the club. Next, the Toastmaster of the day. The theme that you selected, art of storytelling. I love the theme. It resonated with each one of us, and you started it with some questions. So you asked me, you asked Ashish, and you asked guests as well. You made sure the session should be interactive, and you made us think on the situations and stories, and tried that we relive those situations. You shared the presentation with us. You highlighted some insights. You made sure that we feel the difference between the raw data and the data backed with stories. So that was a really great way of presentation. And you asked multiple questions. You introduced the entire theme and structure to the audience for the benefit of the guests. That is great. Quick recommendation for you. When you think about the theme, the art of storytelling, I was expecting more stories from your end. How you have incorporated those stories since you come from the data background. So how this entire storytelling thing has helped you in your professional or maybe personal journey. So I was expecting more stories from your end. Secondly, I was expecting that you would have asked a lot of guests to share their stories. Only few of them, tried to share some experiences. But I was expecting that maybe you can ask the online audience or the guests present over here to share their experiences, because the club is very diverse. We all come from different walks of life. So I'm sure we have so many experiences to share with each other. But overall, you were cognizant about time for sure. You made sure that the structure should follow seamlessly. Then next, the table topic master. The one thing that I really loved is that you made sure the topics were easy and it resonated with the theme of the meeting. Then you help each one of us understand what table topic is. You try to actually showed us that how this table topic thing actually helps us beyond Toastmaster and maybe the corporate and the personal life, and you kept the guest engaged. You took the first table topic role, which is amazing. And for all the guests and participants of the table topic section, great engagement from the guest end. Sudhir, Bhavani, online guests, Sohail, you all participated. You used word of the day as well, and great interaction from your end. Then coming to the evaluation part, both the evaluators, Toastmaster Arjun and Toastmaster Dikshita, you followed the CRC approach. You shared the constructive feedback. You started with the good parts of the speech, then some recommendation and the conclusion. And the best part is you both remembered the dialogues from the speech, and while evaluating, you shared those dialogues and what you liked or not liked about the speaker, which was great. Coming to the Ox role player, Toastmaster Prince, kudos for managing actually two roles, the timer and the grammarian. Quick recommendation for you is the word of the day wasn't used by any of us. So maybe we could have experimented more with the word of the day or showed more examples how we can incorporate in our speech. That's it, I think, and the overall meeting went well. I love the theme, the engagement and the energy that you showed that made everyone participate. Overall, it was a great meeting. Just quick suggestion, we can be a bit cognizant about the roles that we are taking. We can be more, we can put more energy to it maybe and start taking up multiple roles if the position is vacant. So yeah, over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. Maintain the valuation. So now I would like to conclude The theme for the day, the art of storytelling. It's highly recommended. I will recommend one book for all of you. It's from Daniel Kahneman. He's a Nobel Prize winner over here. He has written one book, Thinking Fast and Slow. Here, basically, he has detailed them how our brain basically works. He highlighted there are two systems, one is system one and one is system two. System one, which is very quick, which is obvious in nature, for which we don't need to make any cognitive efforts. And system two, where we're putting our mental efforts or mental, we challenge ourselves mentally. System two then comes into place. For example, if I give you some mathematical puzzle or something, you won't be answer it, suddenly. You need some time. You need to do certain mental calculations. Along with it, he also, how the brain works, how we thought. The point that I raised, which story is relevant for which story, which stakeholder, the judgment that you have to take, that answer you will get from this book. So this is highly recommended. You go through this book whenever you get some time. With this, we can conclude today's themes. And now I would like to pass on the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Dikshita.
A big round of applause for all of us for joining the meeting on a Saturday morning. A special thanks to Toastmaster Anurag for sharing the essence of storytelling with us. Indeed, storytelling is a powerful tool. It definitely helps us to remember the nitty-gritty of any experience, and definitely it can help us to connect with the audience whenever we are giving a speech or sharing any incident of our life. Meanwhile, I have shared the voting link. Please cast vote for your favorite role players, and let's now hear from a guest about experience with our club today. So let's welcome the first guest. Maybe we can hear from an online guest first. So let's start with guest Sohil.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Sohil, can you just tell us your experience about your club? How did you feel about the club? Sohil, are you there? Okay, let's move to our next guest, Rahul.
Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, Sohil, you're audible.
Hi, Dikshita. Your voice was breaking, so I could not
Oh, okay.
listen.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Just go ahead.
Okay, can you please repeat your question?
How did you feel about the club?
About your club or my club?
About our club. You attended our meeting today.
Okay. It was great joining your club, and I'm really grateful to join as a guest. I see the conduct of the meeting is very good. It is started on time, and everyone was I see everyone was with great enthusiasm. Everyone was joining it, and I really felt good. I think I should get this energy into my club also.
Thank you so much, Sohel, for the wonderful feedback. Let's move to our next guest Deepika.
Yes,
Can you
Dikshita.
just switch on their camera, please?
Yeah, sure. Yes, Dikshita, it was really very good. Specifically, the topic we have chosen for the day, which is the storytelling, that somewhere links with all the communications we are having, whether at home or the corporate. That was excellent. And somewhere, because I attended first meeting, which is on the hybrid mode, somewhere it for the online, the Toastmaster, it is sometimes difficult to catch the story and how it flows. The presentation part was good, so that was linking all the concept of the hybrid mode, and I'm think that is going to be successful rest of the sessions also. Table topics were pretty simple because I attended other sessions. The table topics is the heart of all the sessions, I believe, because that is the toughest section, real test of our brain and our communication skill. That was simple and it was pretty good. Specifically for those who are joining the club for the first time, they will not get the fear next time. Okay, should I attend it or should not I attend it? It is giving a bit of comfort to others also. Okay, let's try it. So it went pretty good. The timer was a challenge, definitely. We could have managed it pretty well. That was missing, but sometimes I believe it happens when you are attending the session in hybrid mode. Otherwise, great experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepika, for the wonderful feedback. And definitely, I do agree the timer was a bit challenged today, but definitely we'll keep that in mind in our next meeting. So let's move to our next guest Rahul.
Yeah, hi. Also, it was like imagine Toastmaster meeting. So today is a lucky day for me. So I did join. So even it's good for me. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it's a good for me. So even when I was in Pune location, right? So I had joined the first meeting as Toastmaster, and where I have given the good speech, I think, and they have given me the better. So I think so I can improve my communication skills with the help of Toastmaster team, and which I can understand and vocab which you said, and so that's fine. I think so that's good fun.
Thank you, Rahul, for joining us on a Saturday morning, and we hope to see you as a
Thank you.
member of this club very soon. Now let's move to our next guest, Malika.
Can you speak from me? Yeah. So, hello guys. It has been a very learning experience. Basically, this is a constructive place, a place where a constructive place where I particularly understand that we have come. This is a need based. I have to get over my fear of public speaking, and I think a lot of people will resonate with this. That they have butterflies all the time when it comes to mass speaking or people, and this place is where this takes care of your that particular ability. A small talk, I impromptu, and then you can see that it is so formatively done, and each one is responsible, binding each one to the minor responsibilities that is given so that the group is in line with whatever is happening. Short time, very crisp, and very well formulated. Thank you so much to make me a part of this group.
Thank you, Malika, for joining us today. Big round of applause for you. Now let's listen for our guest, Bhavani.
Once. Yeah.
Wherever you feel comfortable.
That's nice. If I want to use this to interview this possible. Yeah, sure. So, if I talk about the overall experience, so it was fantastic and it was fabulous. And whenever I come in Toastmaster community, so every time I feel that I have learned something new, and I took a lot of positive takeaway from this community. Okay, so overall experience was good, and as we know that learning is a continuous process. So as like the one thing which captivated me a lot, that is the learning, because the people in this group are very very hardworking, and what you can say, sorry, I couldn't recall that one. People are very hardworking, and they whenever they get feedback, they try to implement it in your next meeting. So last time I came up here, so my experience was good, but this time I got to know something new from speakers like Ashish, Nirdusha. So they were fantastic, and I got a lot of new. I learned a lot of things from them. And if I talk about feedback, so everybody like feedback, I would like to suggest here two things. First thing, when we like introduce ourselves, any of the rules, like if I talk about grammarian rule, so grammar it should have been more elaborated. Like when we analyze people, so grammatical is one of the most important part whenever we speak in front of someone, because we are unable to communicate our thoughts clearly in precise ways. People are unable to understand, and they usually leave alone. That's the main thing. So when we do so, we can simply, things are very basic, but as a leader, as a public speaker, we should communicate each and everything in a very precise way so that everybody can understand whether they are educated or uneducated. Okay. So like what you should have said like when we introduce ourselves as a Grameen, so Grameen, so what kind of like part of dramas I'm going to cover first things like sentence structures, part of speeches like adjective, grammar, adjective, adverb, and verbs. These kind of thing you should have told in a more elaborative way so that people can understand because we know grammar each other. But when we talk about something, what is adjective, what is adverb, what is the difference between people usually do not know about it. So that's the first thing. Second thing, like I have attended other meetings from different groups as well. So when we talk about stage, so stage, what is like it should be like a stage, like it should be a hall. For some what I call it's a like sorry to say it may be wrong here. The place when we speak in front of a room. So what we usually feel that this is a place, or this is a place we can we do not much comfortable in, but when we have a step, so people will be more comfortable like me because I have a fear whenever I speak in front of public. But if I talk about like like a person who is very good speaker, so they can easily relate things. But if I talk about newcomers, so we should have like place should be I could say it should be a hall. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Pavani, for sharing your feedback. And let's move to our next guest Sudhir.
Thank you, everyone. So from my end, I don't have any particular suggestions in terms of like the location and the things because I got a new experience from this entire concept also. So I'm impressed with this concept. So I don't have any like particular suggestion to improve. But in my case, like I'm recently my office location is like shifted to the another city. So I am also like try to attend physically. So the Toastmasters Club have like this kind of facility in all other cities like Jaipur.
Yes.
Okay.
You
That's
participate.
great.
Yes.
That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhir. I just hope everybody has voted for their favorite role players as of now. Is anybody there who's not part of the guest group?
Hi, Dikshita. Do we have any option to vote? I don't see any link you shared.
Are you part of the guest group of Eloquent?
Yes, I'm a part of guest.
There's a link which has been shared with the guest group. Can you check your phone, please?
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah. It's a guest Eloquent TC.
Is it on Gmail?
No, it's on WhatsApp.
Okay. Let me check.
Even she hasn't.
No, I have not received any link.
Hi on WhatsApp, I send you the link. I can make this speech though. I think you also wanted to come once. Yeah. It was your name, right? Somebody's name is. You also Dikshita. I didn't Dikshita. Dikshita, but she didn't tell. Okay.
I can hear you, Arjun. I'll visit your club in October, Arjun. Okay, let's announce our favorite role players. The best auxiliary role player, grammarian Prince, and our counter Toastmaster Prince. I will not name a timer Toastmaster Kajal because I think she's left the meeting. So the winner is Toastmaster Prince for the grammarian role. Big round of applause for Toastmaster Prince.
Enormous.
Who's taking the photo?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure, miss.
Big round of applause for Toastmaster Prince.
This side.
Okay, keep it.
Yeah, thank you.
The next best role player is Toastmaster Anurag for the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shivam for Table Topic Master, and Toastmaster Rashmi for the General Evaluator role. Any guesses? Toastmaster Anurag.
Shanti.
Yeah, thank you.
Best prepared speech speaker, Toastmaster Ashish and Toastmaster Nirdusha. Toastmaster Ashish.
Yeah. Thank you.
Best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Vivanshu, guest Sudhir, guest Bhavani, Toastmaster Suhail, Toastmaster Arjun, Toastmaster Deepika.
Toastmaster Bhavani.
It's a guest Bhavani.
Your passion is visible when you speak.
Great energy. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Best evaluator, Toastmaster Arjun and Toastmaster Dikshita. Toastmaster Arjun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dikshita.
So thank you.
We can take a group photo.
Yeah, we'll take a group photo. So before we adjourn the meeting, I just want to make a last announcement that time is ticking. So let's reflect why we have joined Toastmasters and make sure to renew the membership as soon as possible so that we continue enjoying the learning growth, fun, and in Toastmasters journey. Thank you so much. Let's take a Zoomfie. I'll take a screenshot. Everyone, please switch on the cameras, please. Rahul, Deepika, Nidusha, Sohail.
Smile. Da.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
Bye.
great weekend, guys.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Take care. Nice meeting you. Nice seeing you, Arjun, after so long. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
People did not come today. Yeah, because